Hi, welcome to this course, How to Get Over the Pain of Your Breakup or Divorce Fast. In case you're wondering who I am, I just give you a brief introduction. I am Grace Anderson. I'm very passionate about helping people achieve success in their lives. I have many academic qualifications, including an honors degree in English, 2 master's degrees in guidance and counseling, and a PhD in educational management and counseling. I taught in Nigeria and London, UK, for over 40 years before retiring recently. I was an outstanding head teacher for about 10 years of a girls' secondary school called 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 College, Benin City, in Nigeria. After relocating to the UK, I taught English and went on to head 2 English departments in London. Once I retired from teaching, I retrained as an NLP practitioner and became an NLP coach. Over the years following that, I trained with various coaching institutions to achieve many coaching certifications and accreditations. So I am currently an accredited master practitioner specializing in breakup and divorce recovery coaching, applying all my skills to help women who have had a breakup or divorce to recover fully from the emotional trauma so they can start the process of rebuilding their lives positively. I had a divorce myself in my younger years, and the pain nearly killed me. So I understand your pain. I have helped many of my clients recover their peace and happiness, and they have gone on to rebuild their lives very positively. My course will help you get started on your own journey to full recovery. I am sure of that. So let's get started. You're very welcome. I'm really happy that you decided to join this course. You will find it very useful. The purpose of this course. This course is designed to help you overcome the emotional trauma that arose from a breakup of a valued relationship or a divorce. A lot of negative emotions, self-doubt, and even despair can be triggered by the sudden loss of love from someone you thought was going to be with you for the rest of your life, or at least for a very long time. So when the relationship breaks down, the tendency is for you to feel lost and in despair. Well, you are not alone. Breakups and divorces happen every day these days, even among celebrities. But this fact doesn't make it less painful, unfortunately. Any breakup or divorce will make you feel that you are not good enough. You feel rejected, you feel alone, and totally unhappy. So this course is designed to help you get over your weeping mood and help you to stand up on your 2 feet and get your life back again. This course is designed to help you overcome the grief you're currently feeling so you can stand on your 2 feet and get started on the process of rebuilding your life positively. It can be done, and this course is designed to help you get started fast. In this lesson, we will look at the grieving process. My aim is to help you recover fast from the pain caused so that you can do the following. Number 1, understand what happened and why it happened. Number 2, reconcile yourself to the fact that this breakup has happened. Number 3, accept the situation. Number 4, then apply my tools and strategies to help you make a very fast recovery. The loss cycle, the 5 stages of grief. We will examine the 5 stages of grief outlined by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross so you can understand where you are at currently. The first thing is to accept that there is no going back, but it takes a while to arrive at the acceptance stage. According to Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, from her book on death and dying, which she published in 2011, there are 5 stages of grief after a loss of one's loved one, either through death or through a breakup or divorce. We will now look at the 5 stages. The loss cycle. The first stage is denial. You are in shock and you don't believe this is actually happening. You're hoping that it's just a bad dream and it will go away soon. But if it doesn't, then you move to the next stage, which is anger. You start to blame your partner. You even blame yourself. Everything that went wrong, you just don't understand why. So you're really angry at this point, and your energy levels rise. Then you move on to the bargaining stage. These are very slow movements. It is not as if you can trace them as you move from one point to the other. It is an emotional thing, and you move from being in shock, from being angry, to a bargaining point where you think, well, what have I done wrong? Why me? And there is also guilt. Sometimes you feel shame. Maybe you think you've let some people down, particularly your family or your parents. Then you blame yourself by saying it's your fault. And you feel really bad. You're not able to process what's going on, and your energy levels start to drop. From the third stage, you move to the fourth stage, which is depression. The depression stage is a very hard one to go through. You don't understand why this has happened to you, and you lose hope. So you start saying, well, what's the point? You are in despair. You have apathy. You're suffering from sleeplessness. And your energy levels are at their lowest point. When I had my divorce, I had depression. And I used to cry a lot in the classroom where I was teaching. I was teaching English, and every time I was teaching a literature piece where there was either a love affair or a breakdown of some love issues, like Romeo and Juliet or something like that, I would cry. I mean, anything that triggered me, that made me realize that I've lost my loved one, just made me cry. So I would weep in the class, and then the children would send someone downstairs to the head teacher to say, "Sir, Miss is crying again." Luckily for me, I had a very kind head teacher who said to me, "Well, Grace, go home. Spend 2 weeks away from school. We will still pay you, but try and get a grip on your situation. I understand your pain. So get a grip, get yourself sorted, and then come back to work." I was very lucky. It could easily have sacked me. So these are very difficult times. And this course aims to help you get over these stages of unhappiness so that you can start the process of resuming your life. I say resuming as if it has been lost, but yes, but once there is a breakup, you feel like, oh my goodness, how do I get started again? So this is why I have created this course for you. Eventually, after the depression eases, you start to sleep a bit better, your energy levels rise. And then you move to the stage 5 of acceptance. And this is the point where you say, well, okay, we're getting a divorce, so this is final. I don't have a choice now. I have to accept that I'm going to stay single, or I'm remaining single. And I have to learn to live by myself instead of depending on my ex for this or that. So you start to think of moving forward. You have hope for the future and you have more energy. This course is designed to get you to the stage of acceptance. So you can move from your denial stage straight through to accepting the situation. And I'll let you know this until you've accepted that the situation cannot be changed and that you've lost that person for good, you won't be able to move on with your life. So it's hugely important that you apply the strategies I'm going to share with you to help you get over your loss, get over your anger or the shock, and even get over your depression, so you can accept the situation and then apply the strategies that I'll give you to start to move forward with your life. So let's look in a little detail on the stages to see what they mean. Stage 1 is denial. At this stage, you are in denial. You think this can't be happening. My partner doesn't mean what he said. Breakup or divorce? No, that can't be happening. I'll give him time. I'm sure he will soon tell me that it was all a joke. And so on and so forth. So a lot of things are rattling around in your brain and you're not quite sure why this is happening to you. Stage 2 is anger. At this stage, your partner has not rescinded their request for a breakup or divorce. So now you are very angry. You're asking such questions as, so why is this happening? What did I do wrong? Why me? What is wrong with me? Why doesn't he want me anymore? He is such an idiot. He is so unworthy of me. Yet, I will be lost without him. And so on and so forth. Stage 3 is bargaining. At this stage, you're beginning to find some reasons for what happened. You could start to blame yourself and think that if you had done one or two things differently, maybe this breakup would not have happened. And you arrive at stage 4, which is depression. You now know that the situation is not going to change. There is no going back. Maybe your ex has moved out and you are now alone with your kids if you have any. You feel totally helpless and fearful of what the future would hold for you. So you are no longer able to sleep well. You jump at little disruptions. You are miserable and totally depressed. You cry a lot, and any thought of your ex or any mention of him constantly reignites your pain and you start weeping again. Well, if it helps, this is perfectly normal. I went through that myself when I had my divorce. As I said, I was teaching English in a London school at the time, and every time I heard from him, I would break down in my classroom while teaching and cry. So you're not the only one. Everyone who goes through a divorce or a breakup gets to this depression stage. It's very, very uncomfortable. It can be quite disgraceful if you're working, and if you're not careful, you could even lose your job as a result. Stage 5 is the acceptance stage. At this stage, you have stopped beating yourself up over what happened. You now accept that there is no going back. Maybe you are now going through the divorce, or you have reached an amicable arrangement with your partner. You are now living your separate lives. It's over. It's now time to start looking ahead to a future without your ex featuring prominently in it. Accepting the situation does not necessarily mean that the emotional trauma has gone away entirely. It hasn't. But you can breathe easier now. In the next lesson, we will look at some strategies that will help you get over the initial shock of your breakup. Before that, look through the 5 stages and note where you think you are currently at. Understanding the stage you're at will make it easier for you to know how to start on your healing journey. And I wish you well. I'll see you soon in the next lesson.